Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to really get our hands dirty with specialty chemicals.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, we're diving deep into Fine Organic Industries' latest quarterly results. We've got their Q2 FY25 financials, press releases, and we've even got their investor presentation. So by the end of this deep dive, you'll know exactly what these numbers really mean
Right.
for Fine Organics and its future.
It's particularly interesting, because they're kind of carving out this really unique space for themselves. Fine Organics is the largest manufacturer of specialty green additives in India, and they've got a global footprint.
Yeah, and these aren't just like niche products, right? These additives are in practically everything.
Yeah.
From the plastics in our phones to the food we eat, the cosmetics we use. What I'm really curious about is how Fine Organics is navigating a market that's, let's face it, it's facing a lot of challenges right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Like fluctuating raw material prices and also what their ambitious expansion plans tell us about their growth strategy.
Yeah, well, let's jump right in and start with the financials.
Okay.
So top level, Fine Organics posted some pretty strong growth in Q2 of FY25.
Okay.
Both consolidated and standalone revenue exceeded 10% year over year.
Wow. And they're not just growing revenue, they're also seeing increased profitability. Their profit after tax, or PET, is up over 13% year over year on a consolidated basis.
Yeah, that's right.
Plus, earnings per share showed positive growth as well. Are these results in line with what analysts were expecting?
Yeah, they are. And actually, in some areas, they've even surpassed expectations. This consistent performance is really interesting because it suggests that Fine Organics is doing something different from its competitors to kind of weather the current market conditions. Now, Fine Organics attributes this success to three main factors: a strong focus on research and development, a diverse product portfolio, and a specialized business model.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit.
Yeah.
What does their R&D look like? How is that giving them an edge?
Well, they have a really robust in-house design and engineering team that's dedicated to developing innovative products. And, this goes beyond just tweaking existing formulas.
Okay.
They're actively creating new, more sustainable additives across a wide range of industries, from feed nutrition to cosmetics.
So they're not just keeping pace with industry trends, they're actually trying to set new standards.
Exactly.
And their product portfolio. I was quite surprised by how diverse it is.
Yeah, that's a key part of their strategy.
Yeah.
By offering such a wide range of products, food additives, polymer additives, cosmetic ingredients, and more, they're not overly reliant on any single market segment. So this diversification makes them incredibly resilient to market fluctuations.
It's almost like a safety net, right?
Yeah.
If one industry is down, they can rely on others to keep things stable.
Exactly.
Now, Fine Organics also talks about its specialized business model. What exactly makes it so special?
Well, it comes down to several factors that create significant barriers to entry for competitors.
Okay.
So first, the technology involved in creating these green additives is quite complex. Right. It's not something you can easily replicate without significant investment and expertise.
No, so it's not as simple as just mixing a few ingredients together.
No, not at all. And then on top of that, there's also a really stringent regulatory environment. These additives are used in products that come into contact with food or the environment. So there are very specific safety and quality standards that must be met.
Of course.
So this creates another layer of complexity for potential competitors.
It sounds like they've built a pretty solid moat around their business.
They have.
But even with these advantages, Fine Organics isn't immune to market pressures.
Yeah.
I'm particularly interested in the impact of raw material price volatility, especially for things like vegetable oils. Their report specifically mentions significant price increases for rapeseed, palm and sunflower oil.
Right.
How are they managing that?
Well, this is where their specialized business model really plays a crucial role. Because they've built such strong relationships with suppliers over decades, Fine Organics has better leverage to negotiate pricing and secure consistent supply, even when prices are fluctuating.
Okay.
But that's not their only strategy.
So it's not just about strong-arming suppliers.
Not at all. They're also taking steps to optimize their production processes.
Okay.
So, for example, they're constantly evaluating their formulas to see if they can substitute more readily available raw materials without compromising quality or performance. They're also finding ways to reduce waste and improve energy efficiency in their manufacturing facilities.
Got it.
And this helps offset some of those rising costs.
So they're approaching this challenge from multiple angles.
Yeah.
It seems like a very proactive approach to navigating a tough environment.
It is.
And this proactive approach extends to their expansion plans.
Yes.
Specifically, they're constructing a brand new manufacturing facility
Really?
at the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority, or JNPA Special Economic Zone.
Mm.
This new facility is a big deal, right? I read they're investing close to 750 crores in it. What's the strategy behind this major expansion?
Well, it's a bold move for sure,
Yeah.
but it makes a lot of sense when you consider Fine Organic's long-term goals, you know?
Yeah.
This facility, it's located in a special economic zone, and it's designed to significantly increase their production capacity and cater specifically to international markets. It's a clear signal that they're aiming to become a dominant player on the global stage.
So this isn't just about keeping up with demand in India.
Yeah.
It's about expanding their reach worldwide.
Hmm.
But, large-scale projects like this,
Yeah.
they always come with risks.
For sure.
What are some of the potential challenges they might face?
Well, of course, anytime you have a project of this magnitude, there's a chance of cost overruns or delays. Managing a global supply chain can be really complex, especially in the current economic climate. And there's always the risk that the demand for their products might not grow as quickly as they anticipate.
So a lot is riding on their ability to accurately forecast future demand.
Absolutely.
What makes them so confident that this expansion will pay off?
Well, their confidence seems to stem from a deep understanding of the industry's trajectory. They're betting that the demand for green additives will continue to grow, especially as consumers become more aware of the environmental impact of conventional chemicals.
Right.
They're also expecting stricter regulations around the world, which would further benefit companies like Fine Organics that are already prioritizing sustainability.
It sounds like they're taking a calculated risk,
Yep.
but one that's backed by solid research and market analysis.
Yeah.
Their investor presentation certainly emphasizes their commitment to sustainability.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about what that looks like in practice. What specific steps are they taking to minimize their environmental footprint?
It's really a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
Firstly, they prioritize the use of bio-based and biodegradable materials whenever possible.
Okay.
These materials are derived from renewable sources and they break down naturally in the environment,
Right.
reducing pollution and waste.
So it's not just about the end product being green. It's about the entire manufacturing process being as eco-friendly as possible.
Exactly. They're also really focused on minimizing waste generation throughout their operations. This includes implementing efficient production processes to reduce scrap and byproducts,
Okay.
as well as finding ways to recycle and repurpose materials whenever possible.
I imagine that managing effluent effectively is a major challenge for a chemical company.
It is.
What are they doing in that area?
Well, it's certainly a critical aspect of their sustainability strategy. Fine Organics has invested in some really advanced water treatment systems at their facilities
Okay.
to ensure that any wastewater released back into the environment meets stringent regulatory standards. And they're constantly researching and implementing new technologies to further reduce their water usage and improve the quality of their effluent.
It's impressive to see that they're not simply meeting minimum compliance standards, but actively striving to exceed them. It seems like their sustainability initiatives go far beyond just marketing.
Yeah, it does feel very genuine. And frankly, in today's world, consumers are becoming incredibly savvy at detecting greenwashing.
Right.
So, Fine Organics' transparency about their practices and their willingness to invest in sustainable technologies suggests that this commitment runs deeper than just a PR move.
Now, beyond the sustainability aspects,
Yeah.
I'm also curious about their financials. What key metrics stand out from their latest report?
Well, both their standalone and consolidated results show some really impressive growth in revenue profitability and earnings per share.
Okay.
And, the strong performance is particularly noteworthy given the challenging macroeconomic environment.
What about their return on capital employed, or ROCE, and return on net worth, or RNW? How do those figures look?
They're both consistently above industry averages, which indicates that they're utilizing their capital and resources very effectively.
Yeah.
They're generating strong returns for the shareholders, which is obviously a very positive sign for potential investors.
Yeah. Seems like they're ticking all the boxes in terms of financial health and performance.
They are.
What are some of the key growth drivers that are contributing to their success, both in India and globally?
Well, there are several factors that are working in their favor.
Okay.
As we discussed, the increasing demand for specialty green additives is a major driver. Consumers are becoming more aware of the potential health and environmental risks associated with conventional chemicals.
Right.
And they're actively seeking out products made with safer, more sustainable alternatives.
So this trend towards clean and green products is creating a huge opportunity for companies like Fine Organics.
It really is. And Fine Organics is incredibly well positioned to capitalize on it.
Mm.
They've got the expertise, the product portfolio, and the infrastructure to meet this growing demand.
What about the shift towards bioplastics and biodegradable polymers?
Yeah,
Is that playing a role in their growth as well?
definitely. As governments and businesses around the world try to tackle the plastic waste problem, the demand for biodegradable alternative is skyrocketing.
Right.
Fine Organics has a lot to offer in this space, with its expertise in developing additives that enhance the biodegradability and performance of these new materials.
So they're not just riding the wave of change,
Right.
they're actively contributing to it by developing solutions for some of the most pressing environmental challenges we face.
Exactly. And their expertise goes beyond just polymers.
Okay.
You know, the rising demand for convenience foods and packaged goods is also driving the need for specialized food additives
Wow.
that enhance shelf life, improve texture, and ensure food safety. Fine Organics has a strong presence in this market, and they're really benefiting from the continued growth of the global food industry.
It's fascinating how interconnected everything is. Consumer trends in one area, like the demand for convenience foods,
Yeah,
end up creating opportunities in seemingly unrelated industries like specialty chemicals.
it's true.
And it's not just food. The cosmetics and personal care industry is also experiencing a major shift towards natural and sustainable ingredients.
Absolutely. Consumers are looking for products that are good for their skin and the environment.
Right.
And Fine Organics' portfolio of green surfactants, emollients, and other cosmetic ingredients is perfectly aligned with this trend.
So they're really tapping into a global movement towards more conscious consumption.
Yeah.
It sounds like their new manufacturing facility at the JNPA SEZ will play a key role in meeting this growing demand.
Oh, it absolutely will. That facility is a game changer for them. It allows them to significantly scale up their production and efficiently export their products to key markets around the world. It's a clear indication of their ambition to become a global leader in specialty green additives.
Looking at the big picture, their investor presentation paints a very optimistic picture of their future.
Yeah.
They've got a strong track record, a commitment to innovation and sustainability, and a clear vision for growth.
They're certainly a company to watch in the coming years. They seem to be doing everything right, and they're operating in a market with strong tailwinds. It'll be interesting to see how they continue to evolve and shape the landscape of the global chemical industry.
Now let's shift our focus from the specifics of Fine Organics and try to connect all these dots to the bigger picture.
Okay.
What stands out to you as the most significant takeaway from all the information we've covered so far? You know what's really striking to me is how Fine Organics has managed to weave sustainability into like the very fabric of their business.
Yeah.
It's not just an afterthought or a marketing tactic. It's a core part of their operations and their growth strategy.
Yeah, I totally agree. And this alignment between sustainability and profitability is becoming increasingly crucial for businesses across all industries. Consumers are really voting with their wallets. They're choosing brands that share their values.
Yeah, it's not just about feeling good about a purchase anymore. It's about actively supporting companies that are working towards a better future. And Fine Organics seems to understand that. But they're not just catering to consumer demand, they're also anticipating stricter regulations around the world.
Right, and that's a smart move. As governments prioritize environmental protection and sustainable development, companies that are already ahead of the curve will be in a much stronger position. They'll be able to adapt quickly to new regulations and avoid those costly penalties.
So Fine Organics is setting themselves up for long-term success by proactively embracing sustainability. But what does this all mean for investors? Is Fine Organics a company worth considering?
Well, from an investment perspective, Fine Organics has a lot to offer. They're operating in a high-growth market, they have a proven track record of profitability, and they're demonstrating a genuine commitment to sustainability. This combination of factors makes them a very attractive option for investors who are seeking both financial returns and a positive impact.
But it's important to remember that all investments carry some level of risk.
Oh, absolutely. It's essential to do your due diligence, consider your own investment goals, and understand the potential risks involved before making any decisions.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Fine Organics, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listener walks away with?
I think the most important message here is that sustainability is not just a buzzword or a trend, it's a fundamental shift in the way businesses operate. Companies like Fine Organics, who are leading this transformation, are likely to see significant growth and create value for both their shareholders and the planet in the years to come.
And this shift goes beyond just one company or one industry. It's a global movement that's impacting everything from how products are designed and manufactured to how consumers make purchasing decisions.
Exactly. And as we become more aware of the interconnectedness of our choices and the impact they have on the world around us, we can all play a role in supporting businesses that are making a positive difference.
We've only scratched the surface today, but hopefully this deep dive has given you a better understanding of Fine Organics, their impressive performance, and their commitment to a more sustainable future. If you're interested in learning more, be sure to check out the links in the show notes to their full financial reports and investor presentation.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time.